Hey guys, it's Alyssa from Fangirlish, and I'm here to recap all of my winners and losers from Week 2 of the 2018 NFL season. Let's do this. You really can't predict what's going to happen in the NFL year in and year out. Look no further than this year. We're 2 weeks into the season, and there are some surprises, some that you could expect, like Pat Mahomes in that Kansas City offense year 2 in the system. Didn't expect the 10 touchdowns, but expected the success. But then you have someone like Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has 8 touchdowns and 800 yards in 2 games in relief of Jameis Winston. And you have to wonder, because we know Jameis isn't getting his job back, how the hell this is going to play out in Tampa. But Week 2, it brought a lot of unexpected surprises, and it brought a lot of expected surprises of some of our losers list. But let's take a look at the winners and losers of Week 2 of the 2018 NFL season. First up, let's take a look at the winners riding high after Week 2. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic lives! Is there anyone having more fun in the NFL right now than Ryan Fitzpatrick? I mean, who would have thought after 2 weeks that not only would he be filling in solidly for Jameis Winston, but that he would have 800 passing yards and 8 touchdowns and be not only one of the top fantasy quarterbacks, but one of the MVP candidates in Week 2 of the league. It's insane. Also, how is Jameis Winston not sweating a lake by now? He ain't getting his job back. Patrick Mahomes. Speaking of quarterbacks slinging it around, Patrick Mahomes continues to flash incredible potential in his 3rd start. Mahomes, who sat on my fantasy bench, tossed 6 touchdowns in a shootout win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are now staring down 0-1-1. But Mahomes was also the quickest quarterback to reach 10 passing touchdowns in his first 3 starts. Way to go, buddy. The Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a good time to be a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Jacksonville finally beat New England, and in impressive fashion. Not only does Blake Bortles look like an actual NFL quarterback, but the Jags defense made it tough on Tom Brady all afternoon. I am riding my Jacksonville Jaguars high, and I'm not getting off. The Cincinnati Bengals. Now, if you would have asked me if I thought the Bengals would be 2-0 heading into this season, I would have called you crazy. I was a firm believer that Marvin Lewis should have been fired and that this team needed to start over coaching-wise, but looking at them standing at 2-0 with a great win over Baltimore and AJ Green making fantasy owners everywhere happy, unless you're the one playing that owner that has AJ Green. But the arrow appears to be pointed up for the Bengals. The Miami Dolphins. Speaking of teams that are just like surprising me out of nowhere, let's take a look at the 2-0 Miami Dolphins, who have quietly been undefeated. Okay, I know they've played the Titans and the Jets, and they've beaten both of those teams. But I mean, undefeated at Week 2, even for the Dolphins? I mean, that's pretty good. Todd Gurley. While Todd Gurley wasn't really phenomenal from a yardage standpoint, he did impress with 3 touchdowns, which made this fantasy owner incredibly happy and incredibly thankful for helping me get that win. The Falcons' red zone offense. Falcons fans can breathe a little bit easier now that they finally found their way into the red zone. I mean, it only took the 6th time to finally get in there, but the Falcons scored 4 times in the red zone after going 1 for 5 in their opener against the Eagles. Definitely an encouraging sign. The Chicago Bears defense. This Bears defense is bringing back 06 vibes for me. Like, watching this defense last night and how they single-handedly manhandled Seattle was the delight of my week. And watching how Khalil Mack continues to be worth every penny of his money, and watching this defense gelling, having 6 sacks, they lead the league in sacks with 10, by the way, forcing a couple fumbles and having another defensive touchdown. Oh, and not to mention, they're only a half a game out of first in the NFC North. Thanks for tying Vikings and Packers. Oh, and the Lions for being the Lions. Appreciate it. Now let's take a look at the losers. I would like to say that things are looking up, but, you know, I'm not too sure with some of these. Sorry. Vontae Davis. It's unbelievable because it's true and it actually happened, but Vontae Davis actually quit on his team in the middle of a football game. He literally packed up, put on his street clothes, is like, yo, peace out, I'm out of here. Who does that? Who quits on their team in the middle? I mean, I understand he doesn't feel like he's where he should be, but you don't do that in the middle of a game. You couldn't have waited until the end of the 4th quarter. Really? The Arizona Cardinals. You can make a very convincing argument that the Arizona Cardinals are the worst team in the NFL right now. Okay, no, they definitely are the worst team in the NFL right now, and that's after the Buffalo Bills and Nathan Peterman. No, but the Cardinals have been outscored in their first 2 weeks 58-6. And it doesn't get much easier because now they have to face this fearsome Bears defense, which is going to shove the ball down their throat, whatever quarterback they decide to put out there. The Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been hard being a Steelers fan the last couple of weeks. You had the whole Le'Veon Bell drama, you tied the Cleveland Browns, you lost in a shootout, and now Antonio Brown is like maybe joking about wanting to be traded, and I don't know what's happening. The New York Giants. Poor Eli Manning, poor New York Giants fans. My gosh, watching that Sunday Night Football game, oh, it was so bad. I mean, wouldn't you look like Eli Manning if that shit was coming at you? I'm just saying. And they only lost by 7. Like, good God, what's going to happen when they actually go up against a great defense? Like my Bears, December 2nd. And I'm going to be at that game. That'll be fun. The Detroit Lions. I feel like we've gone back in time to, like, several years ago when the Lions, like, really sucked. Because now they're finding new ways to lose. I mean, your veteran quarterback doesn't look like the guy you paid. Your run defense is atrocious and let some guy named Matt Breida run all over you. And Matt Patricia is one of the worst coaches in this league. I don't know. But it kind of feels like all's right with the world. I guess if the Cleveland Browns can't suck, someone's got to suck. John Gruden. At this point, I don't know whether to be like more entertained or more concerned for John Gruden because he's still searching for the Raiders pass rush and he still has no idea. Happy 0-2, Gruden. The Houston Texans. I'm not gonna lie, the Texans are one of my teams that like I had going to the playoffs and actually making like a leap this year. I mean, Deshaun Watson coming off his knee injury, I don't know, it feels like it's not really gelling. He doesn't look like he used to look. And after what happened last season and that quick start he had, it's kind of hard to match up to that unless you're replicating that. But right now, 0-2, not a good look for Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Ties. Unless you're the Browns, where a tie is definitely better than a loss, ties are basically glorified losses. And we've had now a second straight tie, now in week 2, with the Packers and the Vikings tying because kickers just suck. Which it's bad, but then it's actually really good for my Bears. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not complaining. Maybe I should have put this on the winners list. Jameis Winston. Yeah, he's not getting his job back. Don't forget to subscribe for this and more Fangirlish originals. Don't forget you can catch our NFL winners and losers list every week right here. Thanks for watching.